आजादी का अमृत महोत्सव।
Azadi ka Safar with AIR News, Birth of a Nation.
India's glorious freedom struggle is one of the greatest struggles the modern world has ever witnessed. AIR News brings you a glimpse of the struggle every day.
In today's episode, we remember freedom fighter N.M.R. Subbaraman, who was born on the 14th of August 1905 at Madurai in Tamil Nadu. He was popularly known as Madurai Gandhi.
An ardent follower of Gandhiji, Subbaraman refused to go to London for higher studies and joined the freedom struggle in 1922. In 1923, he became a primary member of the Madurai District Congress Committee and was elected the president in 1925. He was instrumental in selecting 27 youth from Madurai to participate in the Vedaranyam Salt March in 1930. Subbaraman was elected chairman of Madurai municipality from 1935 to 1942. He also held positions as a member of the Madras Legislative Assembly before and after independence.
Subbaraman was deeply committed to the cause of the emancipation of the depressed classes. Through Tamil Nadu Harijan Sevak Sangh, Subbaraman was instrumental in establishing a chain of hostels. Subbaraman also got deeply involved in the Bhudan movement and donated 100 acres of land.
Subbaraman was the secretary of the Gandhi Works Publications Committee, which brought out Gandhiji's works in Tamil in 17 volumes and many other unique publications. He was instrumental in the introduction of a course on Gandhian thought for the first time in the country and establishing the first Gandhi Museum in the country at Madurai. N.M.R. Subbaraman breathed his last on 25th January 1983. AIR News salutes the great Gandhian freedom fighter.
We also remember freedom fighter Godavari Parulekar, who was born on the 14th of August 1907. She was active in the student movement against British rule. She was convicted by the British regime in 1932 for taking part in Satyagraha.
Godavari was the first woman law graduate in Maharashtra. After completing her jail term in 1932, Godavari took up social service in the Servants of India Society in Mumbai.
She joined the All India KisanSabha of the Communist Party of India and founded its Maharashtra branch, the Maharashtra RajyaKisanSabha. She was imprisoned many times by the British for her work.
Godavari led the armed struggle for the liberation of Dadra and Nagar Haveli from the Portuguese rule.
She also devoted her life to the struggle of the Warli community and documented the movement in her book, Jewha Manus JagaHoto. She founded the AdivasiPragatiMandal in 1961.
Godavari Parulekar continued to work for the betterment of people till the end. AIR News salutes the brave daughter of India.
We also remember revolutionary freedom fighter Harnam Singh, alias Ishar Das, who was executed by the British on the 14th of August 1914.
A resident of Sahari, Hoshiarpur, Punjab, Harnam Singh initially joined the British military but resigned from service and left for Canada. He took up the work of promoting national consciousness among Indians in Canada and brought out an English newspaper called Hindustan. The government of Canada disapproved of his political activities and issued a deportation order, but later he was allowed to return.
Harnam Singh identified himself with the aims and objectives of Ghadarites and frequently contributed articles to the Ghadar paper when it was brought out in 1913. He took active part in revolutionary activities and was convicted in the first Burma conspiracy case by the British. He was tried and sentenced to death and hanged on the 14th of August 1914. AIR News salutes the brave son of India.
That brings us to the end of this episode of Azadi Ka Safar with AIR News. See you in the next episode tomorrow.